Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Commodities Update video. This is where we do technical analysis on natural gas, UNG, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. So we're looking at their support and resistance levels as well as the most likely scenario price to be heading into later this week. And over the weekend video that I did on Saturday, you guys know that I took profit. Sorry, not took profit. I took a position on May the 2nd. You can see right there. So that would be on Thursday. And I decided to get the position on 13.5 on oil. And yesterday I took profit at 15.79. The top was 15.9. I missed by a little bit. I sold the rest at 15.61. And we pulled back today. And let's take a look at the chart. So let's take a look and see. So pretty much I sold it close to here because we're hitting at a couple of resistance levels. And these lines weren't drew before, but this one was. So this 2.28 range right here was the resistance I was looking at, where we couldn't get over for a couple, like 5 days. I remember we were testing these levels multiple times here, and we couldn't get over it, and that's hence why we rolled over. We bounced again, retest that level again, and then we rolled over. And I was looking at that yesterday. I was like, okay, we're so close to it already. We're likely going to get a pullback due to the amount of bounce we got. We got literally a 17% bounce straight into resistance. If it was a little bit different, where we bounce up to here and then we go sideways, consolidate for some time, cool things off, and then we come up, then I would give it I'll probably hold my position and give it a chance to potentially break that. And that's essentially what we're doing pretty much right now. Because we came off the bottom 17%. I personally think that we weren't going to break resistance, just straight shot up another 10% or something like that. But my opinion is that we'll pull back, and if we're going to break that resistance, we'll at least form some kind of a sideways action first before we can break these levels. And I also saw that on Monday I was looking at this, and I was like, okay, so we have resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So I drew that, and then prior was support, now become resistance, which also coincide with pretty much that top. And so I was like, okay, so there's two resistance here now. I'm going to take a profit. So that's why I took some profit at 15.79 on Boyle. And it's when it started to drop, I took the rest on 15.62. So about a 15% profit in 2 days. I added over here on that day, Friday. I added here on Thursday, where after the pop, I missed this move, this first initial move. And then when we started flagging here, I got in. And Monday, the rest Friday and Monday did me really well. So I would take 15% in 2 days, any given day, those kind of gains. But yeah. So now what I'm looking at is, what do we think is actually holding up pretty well? So it was a pretty big pullback, but we were due for a little bit of pullback because everything was, when we were up here, RSI it was daily overbought. 4 hour was overbought. 1 hour was overbought. 15-minute was overbought. 5-minute was overbought. So everything was overbought when we were hitting that this mark. It makes sense. 17% move off the lows, right? Doesn't mean that when it's overbought that we're definitely going to sell off. It could have just cooled off a little bit and go sideways and then hit higher like that. But I didn't want to take the risk, so I decided to take profit. And now we had that pullback back to the 4 hour EMA 12. You can see this teal looking line, bounce, 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 and then it bounced off here again. So that is a good sign for the bulls. That means short-term bulls are holding these support levels. So the best scenario here for bulls is a tightening range where we tighten up a little bit here and then come back up, break out of that tightening range bull, and then retest the resistance and see if we can get above this black line and above this 2.27, which is this resistance here. That would be the best scenario for bulls. And if you guys try to look different than mine, I forgot to mention this. Click unadjusted. So it unadjusts the contract gaps, because if you have it unadjusted, you'll see a lot of contract gaps. So make sure to click be adjusted. And yeah, before you try to look at mine. And that's the scenario I'm looking at. It's so holding pretty well, decent. Last thing we want to see, if you're a bear, then you want to see we don't break this new high, and then we pull back to break this pivot low. That will be a 4 hour downtrend confirm, and that will likely come back to test this $2 range, which was the prior breakout zone for this wedge. That was resistance. It'll probably act as support now. And if that does happen, I might get in the position here. Then if we bounce from here, I might add on the right side of the V and then potentially get another move up. Or if we start tightening up and gets really tight, and then we break out bull, I might add there too as well, back my position and potentially retest this top and set my stop below that tightening range. So we'll see how it sets up. Right now, it's kind of setting itself up for another kind of move we want to make. So we'll see what it gives us. But after a 17% initial move, it's a good start for the bulls, and let's see if they can continue. And yeah, so far so good. Bigger picture, let's see. So still want to see a daily uptrend confirm. On a daily time frame, I talked about this could be a double bottom or a higher low, depending on how you look at it. It's pretty tight, but let's see if we get a real daily uptrend confirm where we get something like a pivot and break to the new high. That'll be a good sign for bulls. But as you can see on the entire chart, this is the first time it's actually made 4 green days since we had it here at December 13th. So that's been 5 months. So bear control for 5 months, and it's the first sign that we see a bigger picture bounce for the bulls overall. So I think there are going to be a lot more people interested in gas when we do pull back, and let's see if we get some support along the way, that pivot, and higher move. And if you guys want to join that Discord room, it's free. It's in my YouTube bio. Just go to the or in the comments below. There's a link. It's all free. Come free, hang out and chat. And if you guys want to support the channel, go to the Patreon link, or just click join button on YouTube. And if you guys are looking for mentorship, same thing, Patreon link. And there is one-on-ones where I will be going through your sticking points and all what you need to work on. It's different for everyone. And some of you guys need to learn technical analysis. Some of you guys need to learn more mental aspects of the game, which is 80% of the trading, in my opinion, is the mental aspects. But all right, let's take a look at UNG. So UNG, similar idea. UNG is a little bit stronger because it's holding a different contract, but it's looking the same idea where I want to see that daily uptrend. I count this as a double bottom, but there's a big enough move now. So if we do pull back slightly back to this 15.76, which was acting as prior resistance, you can see rejection, 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 and now we finally gotten over it. So back test. If we get a back test and now it's acting as support, where it flips from resistance to support, then we bounce off of there. Very good sign for the bulls as well. Bigger term, longer picture. Bottom may be set, and maybe we may get a bigger bounce. We'll see about that. Same thing with natural gas. If natural gas gets off that, tightens up in that range, and then blows off, then we'll have the same chart, similar chart, similar action for UNG, where we'll back test this and bounce off as well. See if that happens. And let's take a look on the weekly. See, yeah, still a lot of work to do on the weekly. As you guys can see in the overall chart, the weekly is not that good yet. So let's see if we get a daily uptrend first on the daily, and then we'll talk more about the weekly once we get some daily bounce going. All right, take a look at oil. Oil, nothing burger here. 3 inside bars, pretty much. Broke above, no follow through. Broke below, no follow through. Closed right in the middle. Perfect indecision, but we could technically say this bottom back tested this fire breakout zone, resistance, 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 broke out of it, back tested. Now let's see if we get that bounce. If we don't get that bounce, then we probably can break through and come back within it again. So that's not a good sign if we don't get the bounce. But so far, no real signs of anything yet. This is favoring the bears for sure, though. This is a big bear flag, and then bears are just consolidating here after such a significant move. So if it continues to consolidate here and then we break bear again, then we're probably going to test this level again. So we'll see about that. It's going to get like a megaphone though at this moment. Shorter term time frame. If you go to the 4 hour, you can probably see a pretty clear megaphone. Yeah, it's like a see how it makes a higher high, no follow through. It makes a lower low, no follow through. So it's just kind of like a big whining megaphone. But yeah, for now we'll see where it ends up playing. Maybe it'll continue to form that megaphone, and then you'll just play within it, bounce around until some kind of data comes out, macro data for oil for sure, or you're just going to get that bear flag going, break through that longer term time frame. But as of now, definitely bears are in control, absolute control. The lead downtrend, and another bear flag. Weekly though, it's yeah, it's a big enough pullback. Now let's see if bears can come from weekly downtrends from here. I'll take a couple of weeks for sure though. All right, let's take a look at US dollar. Not much going on. Big enough pullback. Now we'll see if we can confirm daily downtrend. So I talked about 8 lat equilibrium on the weekly, where we have been. It's going to be the same thing for me speaking about this equilibrium on the weekly, because weekly time frame takes so long to form. So big move up, big move down, big move up. The moves are always within the prior move, and that's what we're seeing right now. And then we don't have that big move down at this moment. So once that daily up downtrend confirms, that weekly pivot being set here is the most likely scenario. So now we have a big enough drop, pivot, bounce. Let's see if bears are serious about taking this down and set that lower high and break to a lower low. That's a daily downtrend confirm. If that confirms, and the weekly equilibrium top is likely set, and then we'll likely tighten up and go a little bit lower. All right, take a look at gold. Absolutely nothing. So I talked about the 12 EMA acting as support. Now it's just acting as resistance. So we're just kind of really just bogging between here. Slight rejection, slight rejection, slight rejection. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars in the same range. Yeah, so we'll see where it breaks. It's going to break which way it breaks out of this range. Pretty tight here. So probably going to get some decent volume when we do break out of it. And it'll probably get a little bit more follow through as well. So if you're a bear, you want to see break this level right here. And we want to see volume come in, and your target is this sideways range. And if you're a bull, you're looking to break out of this top and potentially target this range right here. Right. Silver, similar idea, but a little bit stronger yesterday on the bull break. You can see silver break out of its sideways range on the bull side. And maybe it'll form a potential inverse head and shoulders. But not a very pretty one, but the idea is downtrend into an uptrend. So if we get a little pullback and then we break above the prior high, and that's an inverse head and shoulders, confirming breaking out. But so far we need bulls to hold if we get a slight pullback to form that right shoulder here. And if we do break out of that, I'm looking back up at 28.14, which is pretty much this sideways range. It's going to act as resistance. All right, let's go off for you guys. Take care, and you have a good rest of you guys' day. Hopefully you guys set your stop losses, and put a comment below if you guys have any questions. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys made it this far or learned anything. And I'll see you guys around.